Hey everyone, what's going on? It is Saucey. Here I am hanging out in my office. Tonight is March 5th, 2017. When I'm going to upload this is, I don't know when. It is about 11:18 p.m., so it's a little bit late. I have curly hair right now because it rained, and usually I straighten my hair. So if I look like a freaking uh, weirdo, it's because I didn't feel like straightening my hair. What's been new with me this whole month? Nothing really. Nothing really fun. Gonna go see Bjork in May 30th. So, heard news about that. I sold a T61 to my aunt, and I guess it started having like the Nvidia GPU issue. So I'm probably gonna make more money if I part it out. It has the WXGA Plus display, so the optional screen. And plus, I think the processor is a T8300, and that goes for about like $20, $25, I want to say. So I'm probably gonna, sell that. The computer's only worth like $100. I bought a battery for it. That's like $30. So I'm like, man, if I sell this computer, that's like $30 I lost in a sense. Maybe it was like $15. I don't know. But the GPU went bad. Thinking about doing the reflow process. There is I gotta do a Google search right now. There is a mod you can do where you can add a 1066 megahertz front side bus processor on a T61. I'm thinking about doing a Core 2 quad. I don't know how expensive these Core 2 quads, but if not, then I might get like a cheapo T something, processor. And if I do like if I use the heat gun and like reflow the T61, then maybe if I get another T61, I'll do the mod, or maybe I'll sell that one after the mod. I don't know. It seems like a fun project that I want to try out and do. The Core 2 quad part is going to be a little bit more challenging because you got to do like some soldering and stuff. So I've soldered before, but it seems like a fun thing to do. And to me, like, the T61 is a fairly legendary laptop. Nowadays, back in the heyday it was pretty good, but this computer is still being modded, still being used, and I know it can't be said. It can't really be. What other computer is really mod like that? There are a few MacBooks, but not a 2008 one. No. So, yeah, there's that. Next thing we want to talk about is about your right to repair on wireless phones. There's like this legislation that wants to be ran by some company where they pretty much want to ban unauthorized repair shops. They want to ban people who fix cell phones on the side. To me, I don't like this at all, because if it was a computer, I buy and sell, and I fix laptops, computers, whatnot. Fairly easy to do. Swapping motherboards, anything on a desktop is super easy. Laptops a little bit more harder, but after opening so many up, it seems fairly easy. Touchscreens I don't touch. That's a different story. But this your right to repair, I don't think that the argument is that they want to keep consumers safe with their their phone that they buy. That when you send your phone to get repaired somewhere, you want it done by an authorized place. They don't want to do any hacking or backdoors on it. Safety is another issue. You don't want to get something that could potentially short circuit or kill you. And lastly is something about to do with keeping jobs and retailers afloat. Now, how to do that list again? Hacking. Okay, let's think about it. How many people are confident with stuff made in China? Nothing against China, but there's a lot of people that the people that care about this repair stuff, they probably already don't. They're not confident about Chinese made stuff. So let's see. every single cell phone ever made. Okay, you don't want to buy every single cell phone ever made. Okay, so that shouldn't apply to you. Thank you. The second one, what I say, a safety thing. I don't know if there's. You got to really botch a job on a phone for it. You turn on, it don't work. That's it. You know, it don't work. I mean, then you figure out what you did wrong. You reconnect everything again, and then you're fine. Like the battery issue thing, removing the battery is kind of scary because some of the glue stuff that they do on it. But yeah, if you're finding somebody off of Craigslist to do repair, that's a way different story. What was my other point? I don't know what I said. Oh yeah, job security or keeping jobs. Okay, so if you're an authorized retailer, nothing against you guys, but to be like authorized, you pretty much need to pay everything. You pretty much gotta pay to be there. Like you gotta, you know, do go to school and all that stuff and get your certifications, and then from there you gotta like pay a certain percentage to the manufacturer, and then from there you gotta buy, you know, the authorized components for it too. So like you kind of get boned if you have to only use authorized, you know, equipment, and like if you don't have that part on you, you know, sometimes that person's like, okay, well, either you gotta find that part that same day or you're gonna lose that customer. And to me, I mean, I would like to be, for a while I like, oh man, it'd be cool if I was a Lenovo certified, you know. But I would just like to have it as like just like a, you know, thing to say on like my resume or something like that. But for like repair shops, I don't know. It's just, I don't think to be you. It's pretty much like another tax to pay to me. Not that I'm fully against taxes, but like the whole. I think if you break something of, say like if you broke the camera, you know, or you something's wrong with your phone, and all you gotta do is you gotta open it up and you know, clean it or shake it off or something loose, you know, you're gonna get like not arrested, but you know, taxed or not. I'm sorry, you're gonna get like a ticket for doing this sort of thing. It's like kind of, it's just crazy. Just like how I'm against when it comes to car companies. I don't like that they use like certain like dipstick tools that you need to use, proprietary tools you need to do to work on your cars. It's a whole different story when it comes to being complex jobs. That's a whole different story. That's just the engineers saying, well, this is where we put the you know, component at, and this is what's gonna take for you to fix it. I mean, that's way different story. But I'm against it, and I have to point out that Lois Rossman was the one who brought my attention to it. I kind of knew about it. It was on news with I think Paul's Hardware or Bitwit, whatever his name is, called it. So they talked about it. But yeah, I'm totally against this bill. Go ahead and get it followed to Louis Rossman. I'm pretty sure you guys probably followed him because he's like me, but more. Well, he's not. I should say I'm like a bit like him in the same sense that kind of do repairs. He says some things that I don't care for, like the ThinkPad keyboards thing, but whatever. I just had to point out that this 9 to 5 Mac article about they talked about Rossman. This guy named Celestial Terrestrial was like talking crap about Lewis, and he basically drinks the apple juice, and that's the only juice that he drinks, nothing else. What I mean by that is it has to be always Apple. Apple's number one. Take it to the Apple store. I'll pay whatever the cost is. I just want to be authorized Apple. Like you know these people, like, not that, I mean, IBM had its own fair share of only IBM stuff, but it's just funny. This guy gets like wrecked really hard. So just I'll put the link on the description just so you can see this guy getting wrecked. And another thing I gotta talk about the whole right to repair thing is that the iPhone 6 Plus had like a touchscreen default where like the top of the screen will have like these weird little lines. Everybody found out a phone repair shop started finding out that it was this IC chip, and I guess something happens where like the chips like lift up barely, and then they stop. They can't be used. They just get warmer. They get at a certain temperature, and then they freak out. And basically, if this law passes or this bill passes, then people who know how to fix this with the SMC repair boards or the BGA soldering, reflowing, devices. If they do this, if they repair this and they're not certified, then, they can't buy this thing. And another thing is that Apple wasn't selling these chips. This is somebody else who had the chip or, knew about it and they found out and they made a massive order of it. Now you can't buy the chips because supposedly it's illegal. Let's pretend there's never been something sold underneath the table or something sold a certain way. This chip would still be. You can still buy a chip even after this bill passes. And will people really care if you're not like certified to repair it? No. They might expect you to pay less. They might expect you to charge less. Yeah, that's gonna hinder. I think it's gonna hinder people that know how to fix the stuff but aren't certified. So, yeah, I gotta give a shout out to Quidsup. He does this thing called Linux News Weekly, and pretty good. He has about 5 or 6 or I don't know how many, but a few different articles that he sees that talks about Linux. But one of them happens to be about the city of Munich of Germany. They all had Linux machines. They got rid of Windows and they started using Linux, and they were going to save all this money. They're going to use free software, which is all good stuff. And then I guess some firm did like this survey, and pretty much the firm says Linux isn't working out, which I totally get. But to me, I think it's just sad because there's a high probability that Munich's gonna get rid of all their Linux machines, and it's just they're gonna go back to Windows. They're gonna go back to spending more money, and they're gonna go back to paying all the Windows licensing fees. And it's all okay because when Microsoft Office is the #1 product used by everybody. It's just, there's that. I get the printer issues. I do feel the rage from printers, but it's just whatever. Yeah, it's gonna suck if they go back. But let's go ahead and change the subject. We're gonna talk about rare, or I should say vintage ThinkPads, and today's vintage thing we're talking about is the X62, which is essentially a motherboard made to fit inside an X61 or X60's chassis. To me, this is really big news because this has a 5th gen i5 or i7 processor, Ultrabook processor. Pretty much, this is super cool because the company that I think it's 51NB, this Chinese forum. One of the guys named Hope started doing modifications to a T40, T43, all those ThinkPads. He made a custom motherboard, and we have the X62, and I guess the third they're coming out with their last batch, and you can get it now for either $430 or $630. I still have my X61. I still have mine. This isn't the one I use, but I did a lot of typing on this thing. This made me first, feel Linux and all that good stuff. This is still a fairly good computer, other than the Wi-Fi card, but it's you can mod it, but yeah, you can. To me, you can. The 4:3 aspect ratio, experience is so great. The main reason why I love using my Pixel above my T431S is that the Pixel has a 3:2 display, and for work it works great because you see all the information. You don't have to worry about scrolling down through random things, but it doesn't work for multimedia. But who cares about multimedia? Oh yeah, I will be doing a video of the Pixel soon, so yeah, keep a watch for that. So there's some people that say about like, this thing is way too expensive, $980, $780 if you want it fully complete or without RAM, SSD, and battery, just the the motherboard, screen, the whole assembly. And some people are saying it's expensive. To me, I don't. This is like a totally niche thing. This is like, even though I have my ThinkPad's pricing guide, I don't know if I ever make one for this. Like, whenever you buy this, you're gonna pay like a lot of money for it. Some people say that there was, I think, like a one on eBay for like $1,000, and it's like, wow, it's overpriced. Who would actually pay that? This is a certain small market it's only gonna fit to a certain small amount of people. I think it's pretty cool, and I think they're gonna be working on a T61 and an X200 mod. So yeah. There's a few people that have the. Oh yeah, let me just show you some photos of this. Yeah, totally cool. They modded it just to fit in here. This is a bad photo, but it looks like they added HDMI and mini DisplayPort and USB 3.0. So it's pretty cool. Oh, and it looks like they have like a little custom little doodad right there. Pretty sweet. And there you go. There's your processor and all that stuff. Bibin bought one of these from ThinkPad forums, and he talks about like the problems that he's gotten. Now, I know some people are gonna say like, oh, this thing's not perfect. It has all these faults. Okay, yes, that's true, but this 51 MB, they're like a small group, so you expect it. And also it kind of shows Lenovo and that there is a demand for this sort of thing. If ThinkPad Retro doesn't happen, this might go off, and Lenovo could, they say, okay, stop, and that would suck. But yeah, there's something. Oh, I guess the sound was bad. The headphone output is tinny. There's some power and heat issues, I guess, but nothing really crazy. I guess the fan kind of sounds a little bit noisy, but yeah. I don't know if you guys want to buy it, but it's like, $500, $400. So, well, yeah, it's those prices I said. So, yeah, go ahead and check it out. It's pretty cool. I was thinking about getting one, but money. Here is the second segment of the video. This is a few of the vintage ThinkPads that I look around for. Really need to be looking at other vintage laptops as well, but I haven't really been on the lookout. I've been lame this past month, so yeah. Anyways, let's get back to it. We have here the TransNote that I thought had sold, but this is the one that I talked about a while back, and it's back again. I don't know if this is the one that sold, or it's really weird because I think the person didn't buy it, and now the seller, since they fixed it up, they want a good amount of money. And I don't think anyone's gonna buy it because that was like one of those things. Somebody might bid on it, but $750 is a lot of money. I think they must have someone shilling on it and didn't work out that way. Next ThinkPad that is rare. It is ending soon, so I should upload. I should edit this and upload it like today. It is a ThinkPad 300, one of the first ThinkPads. Let's check this thing out. Beautiful gateway CRT right there. Oh my gosh, can that go away? Oh man, good stuff. Oh, look at that. It works. Huh. The screen has a little line to it. This one, if you check it out, let's go back to it. Richard Sappler designed like the look on this thing big time, and to me it looks amazing. I think it has a black and white display, STN screen. There's like something going on outside. Nothing really Nothing really wild, but it's in fairly good condition. And oh my god. Okay, this Logitech mouse is like double clicking. It's making me go crazy. But it's pretty interesting. It's not. This is like a ThinkPad gray kind of graphite look, not the ThinkPad black that we're all used to. Now I don't know how many ThinkPads use this look from the 300. I think when they went to 350, they made it full black again. The old ThinkPads, some of them were kind of gray. I think some were maybe white. This was like the early pre 1993 ThinkPads. They were pretty strange. So yeah, $100 free. I gotta get rid of my other ThinkPads, my other vintage ThinkPads before I buy any more. I have a lot, okay? I have a lot, and I have a bunch of. So I can't bid on these, but I'm checking them out. This 300C, totally spectacular deal. $60 at an auction, free shipping. I might snag this one. Comes with a bag. Whew. Yeah, it's cool. The only thing is that the screen doesn't turn on. I think it does because it should. Fairly good condition, but that LCD back, the lid I should say, is kind of messed up. The doors are all on there, so that's pretty good. I wouldn't know what that problem is, but hey, looks pretty cool. And the seller seems pretty fair. So on to our next one is, oh my god, this guy. Okay, the picture says enough for itself. Look at this dude. He's just, oh god. Oh, that's all we need to see. We just need to see the computer, not the other person. Bring ideas to life. I just I'm one of the watchers, but to me I thought it was just hilarious to see. New box, few scratches, missing side panel for door. Great condition, hard to find. Yeah, it is hard to find, but the box is not for sale. What's the point of? Are you selling it with the box or are you selling it without the box? I mean, I don't know. So that made me laugh. We have this one sold, this ThinkPad 535, vintage 1997, Japan Collector's Mini. 5 series was the super small. These were the Ultraportables. These eventually kind of became the X series. Fairly nice system. Comes with the floppy drive, so that's pretty cool. And I think it came with a manual. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. We have Excel there, so it comes with software. Manufacture date, or I think this says secure. What is it, in 1997? Cool. Pretty good. About like, or a little bit over $100. Or $90. I can't do my math right now. I'm getting sleepy. Then we have the 720C for $89. Fast and free. Comes with a manual. Oh, I gotta love the manual. Now these ones are cool because if we can see, this has the kind of goldish buttons, which I think are super cool. Screen works. And we got a pretty nice photo. I think I might get this one unless somebody else gets it. But hey, I recommend this guy right here. Sergi 23. Says parts and repair. But wait, you can count the first issue. What the hell? Let me zoom out a bit. You gotta push it flat. Oh. Yeah, but I feel like it would be easy to fix. It looks like this one ended? Huh. Never mind. I don't know why I have this right here. Yeah, I think it's another one. What is it, a 340 did it say? Ugh, gosh, 340. So, the cheapo series, this one does kind of look kind of goldenish. but it does have like that matte black look. Oh my gosh, this thing works. What is the guy doing selling for parts? Black and white screen, STN display. It doesn't say C, so it doesn't have the DTS, the TFT, the display that we normally have. So yeah, and I guess that's about it for vintage ThinkPads. I really don't have too many on them. So off to our next segment.